Okay, we're back down here at the ranch. We've been doing a little wood cutting today, and we had about a rick of wood here when I started, and we got a little stack of wood right there. That's what, probably close to, I'd say close to 30 foot, and then there's a rick of wood right here and a stack of wood right here. That's pretty big. Cut down a bunch of trees. Come on, Harry. Cut down a bunch of trees yesterday and today. Didn't work all day, but worked a lot of it. Looking pretty good. Put up some corner markers and center markers. That's what the red ribbons are right there. So we know where the boundary property lines are at. Got that stump right there moved. That one right there, I'm gonna have to bring my Jeep and my Badlands winch over here and try to get that one up where it's wet underneath it. I can't get in there to chainsaw it. And the kids have been coming through over here, so I put a couple of these root balls over here. You can't just roll those around and block it off where the kids can't come through so easy. I'm trying to get this right here to dry up, and they keep on running through it. All right. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's cleaned up pretty good. This grass has really grown this year. It's grown a ton. I had it mowed literally down to dirt just, 2 months ago. I didn't think it'd been hot enough to make the grass grow like that. I really didn't. I was down here a while ago using the chainsaw, doing a little cleaning on the road, and I was just fixing to come over to this side of the road and start right in there where that little bit of grass and stuff is at. There was a great big old long, huge water moccasin in there, and he was bigger around. He was as big around as a tennis ball, I'd say. He was bigger around than a golf ball. I'd say he's as big as a tennis ball, and he was every bit of over 3 foot long. He was probably one of the biggest ones I've ever seen. He was fat and happy, and he's eating all these frogs and minnows and stuff in here that you see flashing around. He had his own little buffet right here. He had his own little buffet. But this over here these logs right here pretty much kept the kids from coming through. One person scooted around and made it up and around, and I put that root ball over there. That slowed them down. They won't be able to do that no more. They can if they want to, but it'd slow them down. Most people see that and they know they ain't supposed to go in there. That right there is mostly root balls, and there's some limbs and stuff there. Everything is so wet, because I've just cut it down in the past 2 months, so it's not dried out enough, and it's been raining down here a ton, that I can't get my brush piles to burn. I have a really good torch, and I had it turned up just full blast for a good period of time, and that's a big brush pile. That's a huge brush pile. I just could not get it to light and stay lit. It's just too wet. I'm gonna have to wait till after August or something in there and burn it. Just have to wait to burn it. Got some pictures of a bunch of hogs and stuff in here, and I may try to get that memory card and put some of those pictures at night of the wildlife coming in here. There's a lot of hogs and there's a lot of deer and stuff like that comes in here at night. Those hogs really do like this. This is just all leaves and dirt and stuff, and they get in here and they find worms, I guess. They really do like it. There's a squirrel running over there. I don't know if you can see him or not on the road. See, there's a smaller pile here. Then we got this big pile over here. I'm gonna try to make this video pretty quick, and I'll do some more when we get closer to being done for the weekend. This is Memorial Day weekend, 2020. And we got here Wednesday night. Thursday morning I got up and did some mowing and that kind of stuff, and been cutting down some trees. And Jessica and Amber, thank you girls, I sure appreciate it. Y'all helped me a bunch, and I really do appreciate it a lot. They've been cooking and helping me pull brush around, and they've been getting a bunch of the logs and stuff, and the ones they can pick up, they've been picking up. See, this is a pretty big one. They can't really handle that. That's a they're a pretty decent sized tree. There's about 4 or 5 that big that I've cut down. There's one there that's pretty big, and one there. That's a smaller one. That's pretty good size, and that one right there is pretty good size. I left them up a little higher. I'm gonna get out here tomorrow and try to cut them off really close to the ground. But I feel like we got a lot done. Man, I don't know what the name of that chainsaw blade is that I've got in my chainsaw right now, but it's carbide tooth. I cut up all that wood right there, but 8 foot of it with that one chain. And I didn't even have to tighten the chain. It never got loose after the first time. Well, I take that back. The first time I filled up with fuel, I had to tighten it a little bit. I never had to tighten it after that. And it cuts, it almost looks like you're grating cheese. The sawdust is so big. That's the best chainsaw. I mean, look at this. That's some big stuff, man. That thing cuts fantastic. Even, you know, some of these, I really don't like to put a ton of pressure on it. I let the blade do the work, and I don't put a ton of weight on the chainsaw and make it work. I just let it cut, so I'm not forcing it. But even at that, you can look at all that sawdust. Most of that is pretty big stuff, even though I wasn't force feeding it. But I cut up a lot of wood, and that thing is just as sharp right now as it was when I started with it. All that was cut with that one chain, and then from right here over was cut with that same chain, and then you make the corner, and all this was cut with that chain. Well, guys, thanks for checking in with me. I'll do some more tomorrow, and y'all take care. Thank you.